Hi, this is Greg with Walnut Ridge RV of Memphis, Indiana. Today we're going to talk about the batteries that are on your coach and whether you have lithium batteries or standard deep cycle marine. It doesn't matter what year it is. Keystone did a run of lithium batteries in 23. 24s are transitioning back to deep cycles, and pretty much all years prior was deep cycle marine batteries. Those batteries that come from us and most places are not maintenance-free batteries, so you'll want to keep an eye on the water levels in the battery, or you could end up with a battery like we have here. The unit was plugged in, which means that the converter is charging that battery like it should be, but this battery hasn't been checked at all, probably since it was put in originally. And what has happened is the water has boiled out of the battery. So while it's plugged in, it's sitting there charging a battery that has no water in it, and the whole place starts stinking. The battery will boil over. If there is any water in it, it'll boil over. It'll start smoking, and you're gonna know. So what you want to do essentially is every couple months, if you come to your battery, whether it's an interstate like this, a Deca that we normally put in, or other brands, check, and most of them have these caps on the top. You'll have two caps, and if you just get a flat head underneath the cap, it'll pull off. And then essentially what you want to look for, if you look through these holes, it's going to be hard to see on the camera, but this plastic goes down about an inch, and then there should be water in each one of these cells. They're each separated cells. And as you can see, there's absolutely no water in here. I'd get closer. Let's see if you can see down in there. And that's what's happened, is they were ran dry, and that can cause fires if it was unattended long enough. So what you want to do is pop those caps off, and that water level should be right at the bottom of that plastic. So it goes down about an inch, so the water should be sitting right at the bottom. You don't want to fill them up to their overflowing, just to the bottom of the plastic, which is about an inch down. So, and each cell will be its own. So get distilled water. Just get a gallon of that from your local grocery store. It has to be distilled water, in a funnel, and just lightly check those. If they're low, fill them up until they get to that point. And that's how you keep your battery maintained the best way. Now, especially if you have solar on your unit, within the last couple of years, solar's become a lot more popular. So if it does have solar, the solar's constantly charging the batteries a lot more than it would be a unit without solar, because it's just it's not always plugged in. So anytime it's setting, it's charging the battery. So if you have the battery disconnect wasn't turned off, or it doesn't have a battery disconnect, then you'll have all the little things inside draining the battery, and the solar's recharging it. And then it'll drain the battery, and the solar will recharge it over and over and over. So water levels that used to maybe dissipate over a 6 month to even a year period are now draining a lot faster. So if it has solar, you'll definitely want to check it every couple months. If not, at least once a year, or twice a year, sorry, would be best. Usually you have a battery box on the front of your unit that just has a strap around it, and then you take the strap off, pop the caps off, and take a look at your battery. If it's a fifth wheel, it's usually screwed down inside there. So yeah, that's just something important that we like to talk about. And next week we'll come up with a new tip, and we'll see you then.